What's going on? So, the night after the fights, Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade both got past their respective opponents. Brandon Adams showed that he really belonged where he's at last night, if you ask me. Very defensively minded, though. I think if he was more offensive, he possibly could have really, really made it a rough night for Jamal Charlo. It wasn't by any means an easy fight for Jamal Charlo. In my opinion, it wasn't. They gave him. It was like the scores were like 119, 109. I don't really. I guess the fact that Brandon Adams wasn't as active as far as throwing punches as so Jamal Charlo is definitely the more busier fighter. I don't know why he called himself the Cannon. It's not like he's a dude knocking people out. That's kind of, you can't have nicknames like the Cannon and the Hammer and shit like that if you ain't a knockout artist, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing some big punches. He called Jamal Charlo several times with overhand rights. And Jamal Charlo got a good ass chin, man. And Brandon Adams' punches seem to really have very little effect on Jamal for the most part. But he did give Jamal a lot of problems. He was real slick, in and out, and a lot of head movement, a lot of clenching. So he made it a real tough fight for Jamal. It was a good test for Jamal Charlo, good experience gainer for him. And we're going to look to see him improve from there. But, however, right now I think Canelo Alvarez beats him. I'm going to just come out and say it. Canelo beats him right now. I think he could possibly beat Triple G, because Triple G won't be doing as much moving around, and he'll be able to catch Triple G. Brandon Adams is pretty quick, small and quick, a small target. But Triple G is kind of there to be hit for the most part. Yeah, I think Jamal Charlo could beat Triple G right now. And but as far as Jamal and Andrade, I think Andrade to beat Jamal Charlo right now as well. That's the reason why these guys, and now we see why these guys never really wanted to fight Andrade. Of course, Andrade had his own issues as well. Signing bad deals and whatnot or whatever, having promotional contract issues and shit. So he had his own problems as well. But however, right now, he's been consistently fighting. He's been getting, some momentum going. And Andrade, that we seen last night, was Demetrius Andrade. The Demetrius Andrade that we could expect to see more of in the future. He seemed to have gotten his wings. And this dude is really, it was such a outclassed performance. It was kind of a boring fight for the most part. It was late, so you kind of tired. You just, Selecki's just too tough for his own good type of guy. Super, super tough, hard to beat. But he ain't gonna stop coming forward. But Andre completely dominated him. It was a total domination. Selecki, nobody never really dominated Selecki like that. So I think it's going to be real hard for Andre to get these guys to fight him now. The money's there. That's not even an issue. Give that up. Throw that away. The money's not an issue. DAZN got the money to put the fight up. DAZN is actually pressing for these fights because DAZN needs fights. However, the guys that they invested so much into, the Canelos, the Triple Gs, they don't want to fucking fight. Canelo Alvarez got stripped of his belt because he didn't want to fight fucking Charlo. For whatever reason, Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight Jamal Charlo. You hardcore Canelo fans, and I like Canelo, but you hardcore Canelo fans, you need to come on here and explain yourselves. Why isn't this dude fighting these guys? He was doing all that talking after his last fight against who he fight? Danny Jacobs, talking about he wants to unify the division this year and, all this other shit. And he's talking about going up fighting Kovalev now. A 36-year-old Kovalev who got his own issues with Anthony Yarde that he needs to, mandatory obligations. Ain't that a mandatory fight? Yeah, I think that was a mandatory fight. So it has to happen. It was in the Mercy Purse bids. What you gonna make? Kovalev, you'll be fighting Kovalev for no belt. But nah, it's Canelo. He got that pull. WBO will go ahead and let that fight happen. Since Anthony Yarde want to be a diva in negotiations. Let's be honest, Anthony Yarde is being a diva in negotiations. I already went in on him about the what he should be doing. It's not in my place to tell another man what they should do, but however, this is like your third mandatory title shot, and you seemingly don't want it. You turned the other ones down because you wasn't ready. Okay, I understand. You ain't had that much of an amateur career at all. You still learning as a professional. You look good in there, against the guys you've been up against, but this is your chance right here, And you want all this and that. The fight's supposed to be in Russia. It needs to be in America. But anyways, Canelo's fighting Kovalev, rumors. He don't want no part of Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo called him out last night. Everybody's calling out Canelo in the division. These guys are calling him out. So, Canelo's fans gonna have to push the gas on him. Like, hey man, you gotta take care of this. That's how I feel. Canelo, you gotta take care of this, man. I understand that these dudes may give you trouble, but you got to get in there and do it. The money's there. There's no issue there. Demetrius Andrade, one of the best fighters the zone has. He's one of the best fighters the zone has. You saw that crowd last night? You had that fight in Madison Square Garden, all them people go show up to support Andrade in that fight. It's going to be a huge fight for the zone. Andrade Canelo. Now you got some bozos that'll come on here saying, oh, well, why don't Jamal, Charlo, and Andrade fight? No. Why don't Triple G and Canelo fight them? Why don't Triple G fight Jamal? And why don't Andrade go ahead and unify with Canelo in September? Go ahead and make it happen. That's a good turn. Andrade didn't take no damage in that fight. That was a warm-up for him. That was a warm-up. So he should be ready by September. Already fresh, in shape, ready, continue training, get ready for that Canelo fight in September. Make it happen. You can't call yourself pound for pound, best in the world. You failing tests. You're dodging certain fighters. Terrence Crawford ain't dodging no fighters. But you got people got Canelo over him. Terrence Crawford ain't failing drug tests. But you got people over. Terrence Crawford never took a loss. But you got people hired him on the pound for pound list. Man, y'all better stop playing with me. Okay? Canelo Alvarez got work to do. A lot of his fight, and I'm a Canelo fan, but I gotta be honest with you guys. Fight these dudes. Triple G, but some would say you kind of waited him out a little bit. Catch weight fights, pulling guys down, making guys fatten up. Why don't you go fight? And I'm hearing the Kovalev fight is going to be at a fucking catch weight. Going to drain the old man. Just for a check. So just so you can pay him, just so you can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some, like no. You cheating, bruh. You cheating. You looking for all kinds of loopholes and shortcuts. You looking for all kinds of shortcuts, man. Like, come on, dude. You're supposed to be one of the best fighters in the sport. Why are you looking for all these shortcuts and catch weights? You know what I'm saying? If you want to call this guy, you want to go fight him, you need to come up to his weight class and fight him at his weight class at his best. Don't drain the old man. Fight Andrade. Because it's looking like you've been ducking him for years. Truth be told. You've been ducking Demetrius Andrade for years. You've been ducking Jamal Charlo for some time now. Triple G, you ain't out of the hot water either. You ducking top competition. You fighting guys that you shouldn't even be fighting at all. At least Canelo fought Danny Jacobs and shit. Even though they had a weight limit recalibration on him. Canelo Alvarez is a very good fighter. Very impressive. I like watching him fight. But, weight limits and rehydration clauses and shit. Come on, man. Come on. Fight these two dudes. What's really good? What's going on here? Demetrius Andrade is ready for that fight. That fight is ready now. You see that crowd last night? Boo, 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 boo. When have you seen that for a black fighter? When last time you seen that? When have you seen that? I don't remember seeing that in a long fucking time. That fight is huge in New York, Madison Square Garden. Canelo packs the house wherever he goes, right? He's going to pack the house. People are going to come to see Canelo. I think the boxing world needs that fight. The boxing world needs Triple G to step up and face Jamal Charlo, and the boxing world needs Canelo Alvarez to step up and fight Demetrius Andrade. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.